So I called the stewardess over, and I said, I need something to write with. So she brings me this stack of, she had no paper, a stack of napkins and a pen, and I start writing. And that was the first proposal that we wrote. And I was sitting there and I was thinking, who are we? Who are we? We're the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewas. I'd never written a proposal in my life, never even seen one, other than knowing that I was working under a program where there had been a proposal written. So I knew that much. I knew our data because of some of the information that I had shared and knew of. So I just started. You have a need. How do you know you have a need? So I wrote all the things down that were, not having anybody with college degrees and whatever. And then, how do you know you can meet this need? So I thought, you know what? If we had done a survey, we could say that we do have students that are ready to attend. So I started to think of all the people that I thought would register if I thought that'd be, if I said 90. So I wrote about this fictitious survey that we had done. There would be 90 people that were ready to register. And then I thought, the survey is on file with the Turtle Mountain Band of Chippewa. I thought with their filing system, they would, they could look all day. They'd figure well. So, and then how will we know when we're successful? Okay, so then we, and it was a practical thing. And I didn't write it from a standpoint of ever having written a proposal in my life, but I just used common sense to write it. When we landed in, I think we went to Bismarck, and then after Bismarck we had to drive home from there. But I had the first draft done. The whole thing was done except for the budget. And so when I got home, then I called Dave Gipp, and he said they would do their proposal. And we had to find a college that was willing to work with us to certify our credits. So I immediately called Botno. Botno said we can't do it because the State Board of Higher Ed passed a law that says that State Board of Higher Ed passed a law that said they would not create any more colleges. So I called the State Board of Higher Ed and got us into a meeting, and Lynn and I went to Minot to this meeting of the State Board of Higher Ed. They put us last on the agenda, offered us to go drink with them in the bar. We said no, we just sat there. And finally, about midnight, they invited us into the meeting, and I think we were at the Holiday Inn, and we were downstairs where their meeting room was. And anyway, we went into this meeting, and one of the first things they said was, we've decided that we would like to give you a college that's in existence, and you guys can create a tribal college there. And we said no. And later, when I met with the State Board of Higher Ed, probably 10 years later, I told them that was a big mistake because we should have taken you up on that, sold the buildings, and used the money to start our colleges. But we told them that no, that we had tried that, and that was the reason we wanted to create tribal colleges on the reservations, because our students don't want to leave the reservation. And so that was not what we wanted to do. Then we got into this big discussion about what to call us. And so Lynn and I just backed away from the podium. We said, call us anything you want, but just assure us that Botno can certify our credits. And so they ended up calling us the Enrichment Center, Turtle Mountain Enrichment Center. And so we went for a couple of years as an enrichment center. Cardi probably told you about that. But so that was kind of the beginnings of the tribal college.